Maybe not. Well, he's called a foul on himself. The referee didn't see it. So full marks to Jason Weston for that one.
Yeah, that's impressive, isn't it? Of course, he fouled the ball in the previous frame after potting a tremendous red at pace into the left corner. But that's the last thing he needs, having potted that wonderful opening red to get in.
Yeah, and the black.
What?
And they're good shots as well. That's a good shot from a guy that's full of confidence.
Yeah, somewhat easier, aren't they, when you've just stroked in a couple of big frame winning breaks and your eye is well and truly in. But he missed the cannon there.
Yeah, but he's still on this red to the right corner, fortunately. Dead right, he did play the cannon to the red.
Mark. $16. $17. $24. $25.
Yes, normally when he gets in around the black, he's deadly, as he's proved in the last two frames. But all season he's been deadly. As Philip said, he's made 65 centuries, could have been 66 in the last frame.
33.
Yeah, the only concern from the Trump camp would be that he's peaking too soon with the World Championship in mind. But as you've said, Joe,
40.
the confidence he must be feeling right now, the pockets must look like buckets, and he just wants to keep the dice rolling.
Absolutely. You know, there's nothing like winning tournaments for confidence. There's no burnout if you win in tournaments. It's only when you lose in those close matches that you start to feel the effects of tiredness, long season and all of that. But if you win in tournaments, it doesn't count. Look at Mark Selby, Stephen Hendry.
49.
Yeah, his victory in the Players' Championship over Fu displaced Stuart Bingham and gave him that #2 ranking, and of course he'll be keen to keep it going into Sheffield.
Yeah, it makes a massive difference, that, because he wouldn't play Mark Selby, who's probably his most dangerous competitor. Wouldn't play him until the final. So it's important to keep hold of that #2 spot. And there's not a lot in it.
Bingham, as I mentioned earlier, won in the earlier session today. Beat Scott Donaldson 5-3, so he's through. And the way Trump's going, it's hard to imagine he won't be joining him. This frame is already
62.
on the point of being won. This red will do it, barring snookers. It really is tremendous snooker. Picking up where he left off at the Players.
And it could well be another century, couldn't it? Yeah, there's less than £1,000, Philip, between #2 and 3 seeds.
So basically, whoever goes around further will claim that #2 spot for Sheffield.
71.
And everybody wants to stay away from Selby, make no mistake.
$76.
There are one or two big hitters who are struggling as regards qualifying automatically for the World Championship. Among them, Joe Perry, who starts this tournament just outside the 16. But he's £16,000 more or less behind Ryan Day, who's in 16th spot. So Perry is going to have to at least make the semi-finals here to have a chance of avoiding 3 qualifying rounds. And of course the same applies to all the players below him. Michael White is the lowest ranked player who could conceivably qualify as of right, but it's highly unlikely. He'd have to win the tournament, it's as simple as that, and hope that other results go his way. He's in 27th spot provisionally. Trump continues to pot them with his eyes closed.
Well, cannon to yellow here. Let's see if he plays it. Oh, the red must pass the brown into the right corner pocket.
90.
One good pot here, and it looks like another century.
Yep, good pot.
91. $95. 97.
Superb. Terrific stuff. Jason Weston called that foul upon himself. He could very well have been making a few himself here.
Yeah.
Call that foul.
So much for honesty being the best policy. This really is terrific stuff from Trump. 2 centuries and another frame-winning contribution, which was nearly a century in 3 frames. We've only been going barely 40 minutes, and already 3-0. And Trump is on fire. Tremendous stuff from the new world number 2, Judd Trump, 7 times ranking titleist, twice China Open champion, races into a 3-0 lead over Jason Weston.
Maybe not. Well, he's called a foul on himself. The referee didn't see it. So full marks to Jason Weston for that one.
Yeah, that's impressive, isn't it? Of course, he fouled the ball in the previous frame after potting a tremendous red at pace into the left corner. But that's the last thing he needs, having potted that wonderful opening red to get in.
Yeah, and the black.
What?
And they're good shots as well. That's a good shot from a guy that's full of confidence.
Yeah, somewhat easier, aren't they, when you've just stroked in a couple of big frame-winning breaks and your eye is well and truly in. But he missed the cannon there.
Yeah, but he's still on this red to the right corner, fortunately. Dead right, he did play the cannon to the red.
No. $16. $17. 24.